Video start! Hello everybody, and welcome to the first of what I hope to be many research streams. So, today's first game, we're going to be researching the game Ice Climber for the NES, Nintendo Entertainment System, for those of you not aware of the short acronym. Ice Climber, as far as I know, was made in 1985. It was one of the first games to come to this country ever, and it's interesting because it doesn't have a long history. You know, it's all I've ever heard of was this game, and then the Ice Climbers Popo and Nana became playable for Super Smash Brothers. I believe it was Melee or it might have been Brawl. I can't remember which. And pretty much since then, they've sunk into darkness. I haven't heard nothing about them since. So this is the first game I've chosen to research out of many, and let's start with the gameplay portion. So we're gonna play Ice Climber, everybody. They're carrying an egg, what appears to be an eggplant to the top. So now we have to, from what I played before, we have to basically break up the ice and climb to the top. Now I know these controls can be pretty finicky. And by pretty finicky, I mean very finicky. I'm honestly surprised I'm doing as well as I am at the moment. And I've already made it to the bonus stage. I do not remember it being this easy. Nope, this is where it gets hard, I believe. Yeah, because even though there were platforms underneath, the game doesn't register them anymore. So if I fall, I'm done. I've actually never gotten this far before. Have my latent abilities for Ice Climber finally come out? Oh, no! Oh, you suck! I didn't get it in time. But that was the best I've ever done on the bonus stage before. Alright, next stage. Let's get straight to it, everybody. Oh, no, I'm just trying to use my mallet to take it out. So in this game, there are a handful of enemies. We got Yeti, we got Pterodactyl, and that's about it from what I can remember. Not an extensive amount. The Yetis can build up the platforms by the looks of it. So there's no hanging out and biding your time. You know, you're gonna be constantly on the alert doing stuff. It seems like. Now we're on the bonus stage again. Oh wait, now we're on the bonus stage again. Next up is carrots. So it looks like we're trying to make a big, good old an Eskimo salad, and we got lots of eggplant and only one carrot. And it doesn't seem like it's going to be a very good salad. Or it could be a stew, you know, for your Eskimo people. I guess we could be making a nice stew, which sounds delicious. Yeah! I don't know why I decided to wait that long to do that. Oh! This is where things got pretty difficult from when I played before. Because now I need to wait to get up. But so, oh yeah, those platforms move too. I forgot all about that bullshit. Get out of my way. How did he get knocked down? Oh, whoa. No idea. I don't think I really got past this level when I played it the first time. Or it might be the next level I'm thinking of. Oh, we're getting lettuce! Or it could be cabbage. I like to think lettuce though. I'm not a huge cabbage guy. I can do coleslaw once in a while. But it's, well, we got 2 things of lettuce. If we're making a salad, it's not going to be all that good of a salad. Okay, I think this was the one that gave me trouble. Like, I don't think I got past this one. Yeah, because that definitely wasn't a challenge that... I definitely probably gave up pretty early on last time. It probably just requires some patience. And admittedly, the first time I did this, I was trying to keep the episodes relatively... I was on my YouTube channel. I was trying to keep the episodes relatively, like, short. You know, nothing too long to watch. Especially since old NES games like this, they didn't have a lot to offer in terms of watchability. Because, you know, they admittedly aren't the best. I'm not gonna get up there, am I? You just recovered too. Hey, get out of my way. Okay, let's try over here. Should be much better over here! Oh god. Please don't start me at the bottom. Please don't start me at the bottom. Okay, thank you for not starting me at the bottom. Yes! Just wait for the next platform, and there we go. And, oh god. Oh, okay. Now, jumping into those things before, they would lose. I would win. They would die. And why did that one work? There's a mystery about Ice Climber I do not know. And based off what I was able to do in terms of finding research to look up for later, it doesn't seem like there's been a lot that's been done about this game. It seems like it's pretty much fallen into obscurity. 3 cucumbers. I'd like to see him not cry. Nope, I know I've said it 3 times already, but this is the one that I quit on. This time I know for sure, 100%, this was it. Because that was ridiculous. That is ridiculous too. And I'm game over? Oh god. Am I doomed to start from the beginning? As did a lot of these games from the early from the mid-80s. I'm back at the beginning. But I can continue. Okay. Well, that's a neat feature. I didn't expect that at all. Whoa. Well, we're off to get our eye cabbages. I gotta make careful jumps to get up there. It's so finicky. That guy's gonna clear up the path. Oh, that was nice. That made that a lot easier. Yeah. Okay. You know, you can fix that up all you want. That's fine. Meanwhile, I'll just rely on this cloud to get back up. I wonder what compels these Yetis to just fix these paths. And what is their purpose? What drives them? They just need a path to walk on. And suddenly their icicles recover 2 instead of 1. As they get to later stages, will they start recovering 3 instead? So another reason why I wanted to do this do this is because I want to learn a lot about how game design evolved over time from these old days. Because back in these days, they had nothing to go off of except for arcade games, which eventually everyone learned does not work well for home consoles. So, what I want to know is, when did they figure out that that this doesn't work for home consoles? Was it Mario, or was it later on that it really started to sink in? I'm inclined to think it was later on. I'm like, I want to jump at that bird, but but I'm like afraid to at the same time. Ah! These goddamn Yetis! Ooh, he's trapped. Haha, yeah! Back in these days, they just did not have it. It irritates me to a certain degree, but I know they didn't have, like, the know-how to, like, oh, these are conveyor belts, we should make them moving. Finally up. Bonus stage! I'm collecting more eggplants. I gotta get more eggplants for my salad, and I didn't get any. Well, that's fine. I collected a lot in the first time around. What do we got next? I honestly forget. Oh, I do forget how many mountains you have to go through to win this game. If you could really say you could win it. If you really say that you could win this game. I just stood there and took it. I know I've said it 4 times before, but I think this is where I quit the last time I played this. And I swear this would be the last time I would say that, because I know for sure that when I quit the first time, it was definitely at a part that was like getting way too ridiculous for recording purposes. That pterodactyl bird thingy doesn't make any sense to me. And... yeah! Let's not fall again. Well, at least I don't gotta go to the bottom, and I have to restart anyway. Well, alright. Let's see how many mountains we actually can do. So I was at 6. There are 32 mountains? Question is, am I going to play through all of them? Because I don't really know if I will or not. This is a pretty neat soundtrack. I mean, it's very simple. I should actually pay attention to it while I'm playing. How much does it repeat, and does it change up at all? Yeah, yeah, my way, you damn bird. Thank you. Oh, come on. That doesn't make any sense to me. It should, based off how it is, should land on there. Oh, come on, you asshole. You're an asshole. I'm just gonna straight up head this way. Way easier. Should have done it in the first place. Is that game over? It's what? What was that? I jumped out of Oblivion and lost. Oh, I gotta stop doing that. Alright, next up, try it again. I gotta stop doing that. Alright, let's go after our eggplants again, everybody. Now, are these supposed to be clouds, or are they just floating icicles? Like ice, like just ice platforms. I'm inclined to think ice, because that's kind of the the theme of the game, you know, ice climber, and we're climbing ice. But it's also a fanciful world where pterodactyls exist and die in weird ways, and Yetis have this compulsive urge to walk across platforms and repair ice holes. Like, what were they thinking? What is the extended universe of Ice Climber? And that is like a question I'm curious about. Oh, that's interesting. When you use the mallet, you don't stay in place. You actually go back. Interesting. I'm gonna start wearing away at that platform. Also, it doesn't seem like there's a time limit at all. I know back in the day they always had like time limits to add a sense of urgency, you know? I mean, back in those days, it was more or less an extra way to eat up your quarters. Take too long playing, and you'll have to use more quarters, costing you more money. Parents aren't gonna like that, kid. Yeah! Don't fall again, please. Fuck. Okay, am I gonna jump out of Oblivion again? Pretty close to Oblivion. Oblivion. Well, this really sucks. I don't know how I'm to get out of this mess. That really sucks. And there's no way to skip this sad crying scene. Here we go again. Climbing to get our eggplant. And we're at it. Going at it, everybody. Yeah. It's gonna take my time. Wail at him little by little. Yeah. Didn't think that through. That's alright. Whoa. God. Please start me up at the top platform. This really sucks. Please fix the platform before I spawn. And it didn't do that, and I'm dead. Another game over already. This game is quite broken. I wonder what the testing process back in these days had to have been. I mean, definitely was probably just the developers playing it instead of like actual people. Well, developers are actual people too. But they probably had no other means of finding extra glitches. Just, hey, take the people that played the game and find them. I'm so used to having a slight invulnerability period when you play games. They didn't have them in this age, probably. Alright. Who has the gall to bother me at this moment? Oh, it's just the thing that's like, hey, I'm just a message. Yo, Warlock Kadash is in session. Go check out what he has to teach y'all. Well, I'm teaching y'all about Ice Climber today. And how it's quite an interesting game. Definitely a bit on the broken side. I need to have a little more patience. I don't have the patience that I keep just jumping off early. Ah, there we go. Yeah. One more and I should be like, okay, the polar bear. I forgot all about the polar bear. Oh god. No, I'm kind of tempted to wait for the polar bear to come up. Well, not necessarily the polar bear, but I kind of want to wait for the Yetis to repair the platforms a bit. Oh! Well, ain't that the neatest thing you ever did see? Oh, damn it. It's a very... Oh, God! Well, I'll take it. I will take it to the bank. Ah! Game over again! I really wish they had a means to skip that. I don't like seeing... I'm gonna assume his name is Popo. I don't like seeing Popo cry like that. Here we go again, everybody. If I don't get it this time, I'll do a little research before I continue. Yeah, you goddamn Yeti. I may have a microphone named after you, but you yourself ain't got. I'm not a fan of you. I kind of want to count how long this soundtrack is, because it is definitely a huge repeat. Well, that's what I'm gonna do. 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000, 4, 1,000, 5, 1,000, 6, 1,000, 7, 1,000, 8, 1,000, 9, 1,000, 10, 1,000. It's exactly 10 seconds long. It's a 10-second loop. I mean, I'm not sure what I would expect. I kind of forget what kind of arcade games were out. Hey, I'll just kill this guy when he spawns. It's no big deal. Not a big deal. What are they gonna do? What are they gonna do? Come out of the game and just punch me to death? Nope. They can't do nothing. They're just a bunch of gamers. Oh, come on. I'm gonna try getting up there. Oh! Damn it, son! I'm gonna do it this time. Yeah! Oh, God! Cost me a life. Oh, God! That's not good. This isn't good. I have no means of getting up there. I lied. I'm gonna try one more time before I move to the research portion. Here we go again. We're gonna make it happen this time. And just so you know, I didn't throw my canned drink into the onto the floor. I have a recycling bin behind me. I am sanitary. Ah! Ah! Let's calm down. Take it easy. You got this. You got it. Alright. We'll get it this time. Yeah. Got 3 solid hits. We're gonna do it again. Get another 3 hits in. Yeah. Gonna do it again. Get 3 more hits in. Yeah. 4 hits. Yeah. Alright, so that will be good to keep the Yeti busy. Hey, there's Mr. Polar Bear Mans. Well, I'm starting at the top now. Yeah! Oh no! Yeah, yeah. Gotta go. Gotta go. I don't know why I didn't use the mallet. Gotta go. We're getting to the bonus stage this time. We're gonna make it happen. Yes! Yes! We did it! Regardless of how the bonus stage goes, we have beaten level whatever. Oh my god. Wow. And that was just level 6. That was just level 6. Alright, what fresh hell are we in now? The fresh hell of Ice Climber. Can I even jump over that? I don't think I can jump over that. Oh, I can. Okay. Whoa. We're up and go! Nope. We'll get it. Go! Yes! That was a weird bounce. That was a very weird bounce, and I'm all out of lives again. I'm all out of lives again. Oh boy. These levels. How much time would you have to spend to become an Ice Climber Pro? That is the question. There's like a weird bounce. Like you bounce into a wall and you just get kicked back. All right, we're gonna make it. We're gonna make it. Get out of my way, Yeti. No one likes you. I like your microphone. That's it. Yes. And get out of here. Oh yes. No. Oh, these conveyor belts of doom. The literal conveyor belts of doom. They care not for your mission at all. They're just like, I'm gonna fuck you up. I kind of deserve that. I kind of deserve that. I'm gonna let him repair that. Potentially. I may instead just, decide I'm going to give this another try! Oh! Yeah, I gotta let him fix it. In fact, I feel like those 2 blocks that were just there, that I just broke, were there as an intentional, like, hey, you should let the Yeti fix this stuff, because the more optimal way to go up is the other side. Yeah! 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 Yes! Yes! No! It's okay. It's okay. We're okay. Get out of my face! Whatever. You're fine. You're fine. We're all fine. It's gonna be okay. I'm gonna let him get a little further. Okay. Okay. Whoa. Okay, okay, okay. Yes! Nothing. In fact, we shouldn't even be able to see 2D characters. But we're clever that way. Or if we really want to be, think outside the box, an opposite version of just basically the opposite of what you see here. Or a mirror image of what we see. I'm gonna skip that eggplant. I don't need it. I don't need it. I prefer you not show me that, brother, because you're my brother. Oh, come on! Come on! Come on! Oh, not gonna make it. Not gonna make it! I got just as close as last time. Yeah, you hippie. Hippy dippy. Keep your hippie talk out of here. I don't need it. It's like, this is probably overkill. I'm 100% sure it's overkill. Ah! This game is so fucking broken. Let's spawn you on top of an enemy. I know you're not a hippie. Jeez, don't be so easily triggered, my brother. I know you're not. Okay, no! No! Is that really gonna be the pattern I have to go in to do this? Oh! Ugh! Oh god. Yes! Oh god! Oh god! Oh god! Run! I'm surprised I made that. Oh, you goddamn fucking Yeti piece of shit. Oh, don't even do that to me. Ah! Oh, interesting. I can use the mallet on the conveyor belt and it doesn't do anything. Oh, wait, am I still moving? Oh god! I got too absorbed in the physics of using the mallet that I let myself. I'm still gonna do it. Do I still? Okay, I don't got time to mess around with that. Does it still move me? It still moves me. Okay. Oh. I'm just testing out like different ways to like use the mallet and how it affects you on the conveyor belt more. Please get me through the hole. Please get me through. Okay, okay. One more. And through. And through. And we're through. Oh, yes. Oh, okay. All right. Everything is all good. And this is going to be a bit of a challenging one. Can I get up on that one? Yes, no, I can't. I'm gonna have to wait for the next one, for that one to come by. Oh! Ah! I can't take it! That was definitely easier than number 6, by a long shot. The conveyor belts really get me. Like, too many of those things, and God, that's moving at the speed of light! Light's an exaggeration. Wow, okay. I'm going to take a little break from the gameplay portion of this, and we will move into the to the research portion. So let's... How do we want to go about this? We'll bring up the display. That's the first thing we'll do. Bam! Oh wait, bam! Also put a pause on Ice Climber. Next we will... We'll take out some of the stuff in the middle here. Actually no, we'll next thing we'll do is make that stand out more. And we'll make this part more opaque. All right. This is good. Okay. So next up is the research portion. We are on the Wikipedia page. We're going to learn a little bit about the history of Ice Climber. Hey, there's the polar bear. Right there. So what we have here is Ice Climber is a vertical platform video game developed and published by Nintendo for the Nintendo Entertainment System in 1985. In Ice Climber, the characters Popo and Nana, collectively known as the Ice Climbers, venture up 32 ice-covered mountains to recover stolen vegetables from a giant condor. In some European countries, the NES console was sold bundled with the game, increasing Ice Climber's familiarity outside Japan. An alternate version was released in the arcades as part of the Versus series, known as Versus Ice Climber. It includes gameplay features not found in the home console release, such as an animated title screen, a stage select menu which appears at the start of the game, and after completing each level, 16 additional mountains, occasional blizzard and wind effects, more enemy characters, and bonus multiplier items. That's right, because in Versus, the points matter than the actual game itself. Inclusion of Nana and Popo as playable characters in 2001 GameCube Super Smash Bros. Melee, okay, so it was Melee, brought the game renewed attention. Nintendo released a version of the game for the Nintendo e-reader in 2002. Now we got the gameplay version point. First player controls Popo, a boy wearing blue Eskimo parka, while the second player controls Nana, a girl wearing a pink one. The only tool they carry is a wooden mallet to carve openings in the ice above and to club enemies. Each mountain level consists of 8 layers of colorful ice, and a bonus stage. Standard dull ice blocks pose no threat other than to easily dispose of a barrier and platform. Square ice blocks with higher detail are indestructible, forcing the player to take another path. Hatched ice acts as a conveyor belt. Hatched ice? Okay. I wouldn't really call that hatched, unless they're referring to the lines in there. Hatched ice acts as a conveyor belt, sliding the Eskimo either left or right. Finally, many mountains include unbreakable moving platforms resembling clouds. Okay, so they are clouds. The bonus stage takes place at the peak, within a 40-second time limit, and no enemies. The Ice Climbers often face trickier jumps and multiple moving platforms. The peak is also the only place to recover stolen vegetables, most notably eggplants. Collecting just one of the corn from the 5th bonus stage... One piece of corn from the 5th bonus stage is the only way to gain an extra life. I didn't realize that there was corn. At the top of the peak, the condor flies overhead. Enemies encountered on the way up to the mountains include Topi, Nitpicker, and White Bear. So there's only 3. Topi's come in 2 varieties. Okay, I haven't seen the other Topi. The blue seal featured on the Japanese Famicom Ice Climber release, and the short Yeti seen in Western versions and Versus Ice Climber. Topi's have the ability to fill in holes in the floor with ice. To do this, a Topi scouts out opening in the ice, in the opening in the mountain. They should add an S to openings. It runs back to its cave and reemerges, pushing an icicle to fill 2 blocks. This process repeats until no more openings on the layer of ice consists. The Nitpicker is a small mountain-dwelling bird that swoops down from icy caves on the levels edges. Unlike the Topi, which is confined to one floor of the mountain, Nitpickers can cross over multiple ice layers, taking them into account along with moving platforms and sliding ice. Timing jumps can be more difficult. The final enemy is a bipedal bear, a white bear. I should look up the meaning of bipedal. Bipedal is a form of terrestrial locomotion where an organism moves by means of its two rear limbs or legs. Okay. So we are bipedal creatures as humans. This enemy wearing sunglasses and pink shorts appears on the screen only when Popo and Nana take too long to advance, pounding the ice. Wait. Okay, yeah, it only takes too long to advance. Pounding the ice, the polar bear forces the screen to move up. Okay, so there is a time limit to a certain degree. The enemy wearing sunglasses and pink shorts appears only on screen when Popo... Oh wait, I just read that part. If an Eskimo is forced off the screen, the player loses a life. Oh yeah, they mean going down. I thought left to right. Other obstacles include deadly falling icicles. These can form on the bottom of any type of platform after a few successful mountains climbed. All enemy speeds increase. Okay, so they made like levels. I thought I was still thinking layers. The arcade game versus Ice Climber has a few more gameplay differences. The player must pick from an initial set of 24 mountains to conquer. After 8 are cleared, the super bonus stage occurs in which the player must reach a high platform afterwards. The player must choose from the second set of 24 mountains in which the condor is replaced by a giant butterfly. Oh. After the next 8 stages are cleared and the super bonus is over, the player resumes the cycle of from the original mountain set. The game keeps track of whether the mountain has claimed by. The game keeps track of whether the mountain has been claimed by an ice climber, or if it remains Topi territory. Once all stages are complete, the counter resets. Approximately 30 of the 48 level designs are borrowed from the NES game. And if I'm playing Counter-Strike today, it's not going to be until I'm done with this stream. Where did I leave off? Stage setups are generally trickier and versus Ice Climber, with some new mechanics such as cloud platforms and that move diagonal or strong gusts of wind. In addition, a purple bee with a spear flying in a horizontal pattern is included as a somewhat rare fourth enemy. I wonder if is that just in the verses? It looks like it. I wonder if there's like a versus version I can get my hands on. After the bonus stage, the player's scores are tallied. Points are rewarded for every brick of ice destroyed, every Topi pushed icicle smashed. Every Topi pushed icicle smashed, every nitpicker killed, and every vegetable collected. Finally, a bonus score is awarded if a player manages to climb to the top of the bonus stage and jump up and grab the condor. The game keeps track of the high score, although there is no way to save it on the NES version. The game can be played in 1 or 2 player mode. The latter places Popo and Nana against each other in a race to the summit. Players may prefer to play cooperatively on the way up, but during the bonus round they must compete for the top. Alright, there's a short bit on the development part. Ice Climber, along with NES Open Tournament Golf. Is that the game that I think it is? It is not. Or it might be. No, I don't think it is. Ice Climber, along with NES Open Tournament Golf, is one of the 2 games directed by longtime Nintendo producer Kenji Miki. It is also the first video game programmed by Kazukai Morita. They roll R's in Japan. Kazukai Morita. He considered his work on Ice Climber to be a warm-up before becoming a main programmer on Super Mario Bros. Oh, okay. Morita was later credited with central programming roles in numerous titles within Super Mario Bros. Series, Legend of Zelda series, and in Star Fox 64. Really cool. Ice Climber, releases. Ice Climber, a launch title for the NES in North America, has been re-released for a number of Nintendo's major gaming consoles for the release on the PC 8801. What the hell is that? PC 88,000 series, 8800 series. Japanese PC shortened to PC 88, our brand of Zlog. Okay, that's a chip microprocessor by the looks of it, 8-bit. Based 8-bit home computers released by Nippon Electric Company, NEC, in 1981 in Japan, where it became very popular. Oh, so I guess it's like a very primitive system then. Gotcha. The game changes to a different and more limited color palette along with a reworked HUD. Versus Ice Climber has only been re-released for the Famicom disk system, removing the difficulty settings and changing few graphics to be closer to Ice Climber, such as the Bee and Butterfly replaced by Nitpicker and Blue Condor. Okay. Including the releases listed below, the entire NES game is found within 2002 GameCube release of Animal Crossing. Oh. It can be officially unlocked via a North American exclusive e-reader card, or as a gift to players requesting their save data to be transferred from the Japanese exclusive Nintendo 64 version to the Dobutsu no Mori edition. I don't know what that is. And there's nothing I can click, so I guess that'll be a mystery for now. So these are all the places where I believe it's been released. So NES Famicom, NEC, Arcade, Famicom Disk System, e-reader, Game Boy Advance, Wii, 3DS, Wii U, and Nintendo Switch. Legacy and Super Smash Bros. This is where I'm sure a lot of people learned about Ice Climbers. Ice Climbers voiced by Sane Kobayashi appear as a... Oh, they're both voiced by Sane Kobayashi. Actress, okay. It seemed like an actress. It seemed like a female voice that would do them. Appear as playable fighters in Super Smash Bros. Series. They're playable. Their symbol is an eggplant, of course. I really wish I liked eggplants. Well, actually, I say that, and I've never actually had one, but they don't look like they'd be very good. First vegetable rescued in the game. Although they are collectively the same fighter, players only control Popo and Nana, while Nana mimics his every move, and vice versa if the player switches the costume of the character. Super Smash Bros. Melee, the Ice Climbers appear alongside polar bears and topies in adventure mode. The Seal and Yeti Topi respectively appear in the Japanese and Western version. Popo and Nana's stage is Icicle Mountain, and a level particularly influenced by the mountains of Ice Climber. However, their test stage is a direct 2.5D representation. What is 2.5D? Like 3D in 2 dimensions? Nah, I don't feel like looking that part up. In Super Smash Bros. Brawl, the Ice Climbers return with a different stage in the summit. Recreates the bonus stage, the bonus level, Mountain Peak, right down to the original vegetables. Enemies from the NES title appearing in Brawl include the Polar Bear and Condor, along with these new Ice Climber elements. A demo of the original 1985 game appears along with other Virtual Console titles as part of the Masterpieces collection. Ice Climbers were initially planned to return as fighters in Super Smash Bros. For the Nintendo 3DS and the Wii U, but were taken out during development because of technical issues encountered in development of the 3DS version. Game director Masahiro Sakurai stated that there was not a high priority to include them since the Ice Climber series was unlikely to have another installment at the time. Despite this, they are still mentioned in-game via a collectible trophy. The polar bear from the series also appears as an enemy in the 3DS version Super Smash Smash Run mode. Ice Climbers return to the series as playable characters in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. They have other appearances in the WarioWare series, classic Nintendo micro games, in Kirby's Nightmare in Dreamland, Kirby Air Raid, when Kirby gets his freeze ability. He dons Popo's parka in the same manner as it's worn in Super Smash Bros. Series. In Tetris DS, an Ice Climber backdrop makes an appearance among other classic Nintendo games. Topi seals remain, and even outside of Japan, Daigatsu Band Brothers, a DJ music game for the Nintendo DS, includes the bonus stage music theme. The Ice Climbers also appear in Super Mario Maker as unlockable mystery mushroom costume as part of the update. That's really neat. All the notes and references down here. I kind of want to look up Kenji Miki really quick and Kazukai Morita just to see if they're still doing stuff. And I wasn't expecting the IMDb page. But, yeah. Looks like he's been doing interesting stuff. I just wanted to know if they were still alive or not. But it looks like they're still doing stuff, which is cool. Well, that is the Wikipedia page. Now that we've read that part, let's move to another part. Let's move to the manual of Ice Climber. Let's see here. And back in the day when games had manuals, the How to Play, Popo and Nana, the Topi, the Condor, the Polar Bear, the Nitpicker. Topi always bring ice to fill in holes. If you collide with it, you lose a man. That's what they say. Jump and grab onto the Condor during the bonus round for extra points. The Nitpicker always flying around Popo and Nana. If you collide with this bird, you lose a man, even though if you also jump into this bird, you kill it. It's kind of funny how they say if you hit this enemy, you lose a man, instead of like losing a life. Polar bear. After a certain time period, the polar bear comes out and pushes the floors down. Rules and suggestions. Game begins. The Condor carries the vegetable to the top. Break the ice of the floor to make a gap and jump through it. Time carefully and mount the moving clouds to reach the floors above. Pay attention to the types of floors. Some will break, others won't, others will move you. Be sure to read the tips in this booklet. There are tips. I wonder if this will help me get past level whatever. After a man is lost, the next man will appear on the screen, flashing on and off. While flashing, the man cannot play. Well, I see no flashing, but I attribute that to me not playing on an actual NES. Which I was. I would love to, but I'm not. The screen is cleared after you arrive at the 8th floor. And you go into the bonus round. The Condor hit a vegetable at the beginning of the game. Get the vegetable. If the player jumps up and grabs onto the Condor at the end, he or she receives bonus points. It's nice that they say he or she, because I feel like that's just simply going to say he, like in the next couple of years. Because I know in the beginning, like video games were supposed to be like very much for everybody, not specifically advertised towards boys. When the player falls off and nobody is left on the screen, oh, that's when you lose. Tips. Holes can be made more quickly where the rows of ice blocks, where the ice block is thin. That's obvious. They really call that a tip. The floors and clouds have various characteristics. Learn the tricks and climb up quickly. breakable, unbreakable. I sincerely doubt that if I bring up the game, they're not going to look like this at all. Like, I don't think the unbreakable blocks look like that. Unbreakable moving floor. Breakable moving floor. It's like, how can you look at that and even tell that the floor is unbreakable and moving? It's you have to like be really looking at it. And some people back in the day were probably playing this on like really small TVs, like probably as big as like a lot of computer monitors nowadays. Getting near an ear of corn and the bonus round adds 1 man. However, note that the screen only the screen only shows up to 3 men. Okay. And thank you for that lurk. Always good to see a no pro player. Lose a man by Topi, Nitpicker, colliding with ice, disappearing from the screen. Compliances with FCC regulations. Didn't realize that there were FCC regulations. Boom, that generates radio frequency energy if not installed properly, in strict accordance with the manufacturer's instructions. They cause interference to radio and television reception. Oh. Did not realize that. Memo. Did people really write memos back in those days? Like, I mean, for games like Ice Climber, would that even make sense? I mean, for other games like Simon's Quest, Castlevania 2, that would make more sense. Let's go back to the game for a little bit, and we'll continue our research after. There we go. Let's continue. Oh, shoot. Almost forgot. We're on the gameplay. We make the gameplay word stand out more. And we make the research word go more opaque. There we go. Alright. Let's get back to Ice Climber. Mountain 9. Let's do it. Oh, I gotta stop doing that. There's no way to fast forward what we're doing. Okay. And up. Nope. And up. These clouds, I mean, this one doesn't move that fast, but the next one is going to. I don't know how I'm going to be able to deal with it. The nitpicker. It's very... If you touch the nitpicker, you lose. It's just... Clearly that's not the case. That, in that case, it really was true. Yeah. Goddamn clouds! Try again, and we're up. And yes. Yes. God damn it. You goddamn nitpicker. Eh. Really want to jump into that goddamn bird. We got this. We got it. No big deal. No big deal at all. It's in the bag. Yes! Yes! Yeah! He's gonna fall! Oh, he's not gonna fall. It'd be nice if he fell. Okay. We're gonna get to the next one. We're gonna get to the next part. We're gonna get to layer number 5. Yes! 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 No! Please start me up there. Please start me up there. Are you fucking kidding me? Oh, that's so broken. That's so broken. Man, that's so broken. Alright, let's try again. We're gonna get it, we're gonna get it. We're gonna beat level 8. Is it level 8 that we're on? I don't know. I'm like just barely paying attention to this game. Nah, I'm just kidding. I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying the research part. I'm learning. This is what I've always wanted. I always want to be that guy that knows like every detail about video games, from like old stuff to new stuff, stuff in the middle. And I've always wanted to learn like all about all the classics. And what better way to do it than with the research stream of the revival of my NES challenge that I did and ultimately quit because it didn't end up working out. Because gaming belongs in streaming format, not in live video format. Oh god! Oh god! Wait, these are the unbreakable ones. Yeah, how? I guess you can kind of see how they're unbreakable. And oh, come on, come on, come on! We can do it. We can do it. Come on, we can get it. We can get it. We can get it. We can get it. You goddamn nitpicker! I hate that. I hate that bird. I hate that bird. Die it! You gonna fall? Oh! 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 Yes, and yuck! Oh god! Gonna get it. Gonna get it. Oh, okay. Do not fall. Do not fall. Do not fall. This is nerve-wracking. So many conveyor belts to deal with. So many conveyor belts to keep in mind. You're gonna fall. You're gonna fall. Yeah, you fell, you bastard. Oh. I'm having a hard time getting to the next one. And that nitpicker worries me. Oh. Oh. I gotta get it to work. I'm gonna make it happen. I'm gonna make it happen. You will also fall and die. Oh, man. Ah. It's so hard. It's so hard. No. No! Okay. Yes! Oh god. Oh god. Make it! Yes! Yes! Oh, that's great. That's great. That's wonderful. Oh! We're gonna make it. We're gonna make it. We're gonna get the condor this time. We're gonna get the condor. No! We didn't even get close to the condor this time. Whew. Oh, what fresh hell is this? Whoa! Oh god! Oh! 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 I'm gonna let him recover some of the path. Exactly that much. Ooh, ooh. Okay, 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 okay. Ow! Are you? That is so unfair. It's the NES. It's not known for being fair by any means, but that's just like, oh, that just drives it so much further home how unfair and brutal this era is. Not for the best reasons either. Like, I would say of all the games, Ice Climber would be because in the early days they made these games with the arcade design in mind, and they eventually learned that doesn't work for home consoles. I may have said that already. But I feel like Ice Climber kind of helped it make it a little harder to figure that out, because this game may be arcade format, but it does kind of work to a certain degree. Because it's not as punishing. You're not forced to go back to the beginning when you lose. That's not gonna work. I gotta get to the other side. Gotta make it to the other side. Come on! Ah! Okay, we're okay. We're okay. We're okay. We're okay. We're okay. It's all okay. It's all okay. It's all okay. Get out of my way! Too busy. Too busy climbing. Come on. I got it. I'm almost there. I'm almost there. Yes. Okay. We're gonna get it. We're gonna make it to the Condor this time. The Condor is ours. It's ours. It's so ours. It's right there. Right there. It was so... Oh! The bonus stage is so precise, because if you go too late, you're gonna fall to the ground. If you go too early, you're gonna fall to the ground. So where is that fine line? Where is it? I don't know where it is. I'm just a guy named the Warlock Kadash. And this is my school of Twitchcraft and Twitchery. We're just having a good time playing Ice Climber, learning about Ice Climber. I don't got all the answers. I'd like to have all the answers. Like I said, it's surprising how much research has not been done about this game. Ooh, please start me up at level 6, thank you. Much appreciated. I gotta be careful. Gotta be very careful. Get over here. Get over. Don't you dare, nitpicker. Don't you dare. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, God. This is requiring much more concentration than I expected it would demand of me. Whoa! Yes! Yes! Now we're getting more carrots for our salad. Oh, yes. This is lovely. This is absolutely lovely. Oh, I just realized I can't use my mallet here. Not that I need it, but it's just interesting. Okay, fucked. We're fucked. We are fucked! That's alright, though. That is alright. Next up, level 11. I'm making far more progress in this than I ever expected to make. I'm gonna wait for that Yeti to start repairing the conveyor belts, because there's no way I'm gonna get anywhere until he does. So we'll just hang out here, you know. We'll be a bully to this Yeti. He's a bully to me. I'll be a bully to him. It's not the answer. It's not the answer. You don't have to bully your bully, but you know it feels good. It feels good. You know how many mans you've cost me? Because apparently that's the term that you use back in these games. You've cost me a lot of you've cost me a lot of mans. Too many mans for my taste. So I'm gonna get revenge on you. Yeah. How do you like losing mans? If you could lose mans, I'm sure you are right now. All right. We're okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Yes. No. Yeah, that was a little nerve-wracking right there. I have to wait till Mr. Yeti does more repairs. I'm not gonna get any more until he does. I need him to do one more repair job. Maybe even 2 more, honestly. Whoa! You know what? That might not even be the case. 'Cause I might get it from here on out. Yes! Oh, yes! Go! Yeah! Now we're gonna get lettuce for our salad. I don't know if we got any eggplants, but we got some carrots last time, and every salad needs lettuce. This could be cabbage, now that I think about it, but you know, I'm not a big cabbage guy, like I said before, so hey, we're getting lettuce. We're getting lettuce with eyes. We're getting sentient lettuce. How does it feel about being eaten? Probably not very good. But I'm hungry. I'm hungry for lettuce. Yeah! Oh no! Okay, yeah, we're not gonna make it. We're not gonna make it. Got close. Got closer. Not quite there. Alright, oh god, these ones are moving fast. These ones are moving fast. Having a hard time simply jumping on them. This is gonna be a slow one, everybody. Not sure how much progress I'm gonna make. If you want to progress through this, video, but because I'm also uploading on YouTube, but don't want to like pause it. I recommend getting your snacks now. Oh, take a minute or two, go and get your snacks while I wear away at these ice chunks. Gonna get it. Gonna get it. Gonna get it. Gonna get it. Oh god. We're starting to get somewhere. Got one hole open, but they just got filled in. Ah! Ah! No, and we lost our lives. Damn it. Alright, this is a good point to pause. Well, after the cry period. And too bad. Alright, let's get back to research again. Bam. And bam. Bring back my display! Huzzah! So let's read the Nintendo Wiki page. See if there's anything else on here that we haven't learned yet. So Ice Climbers Popa Nana dressed as boy, dressed in blue Linuit parka, whatever. And a girl dressed in a pink Inuit parka, respectively, are the stars of the NES game Ice Climber. These two have always been pioneers and have scaled many icy mountains in their time, even though they look like they're children. In their glory days, they pursued a condor who peculiarly had possession of cucumbers, eggplants, and other various vegetables. They also appear in Melee Super Smash Bros. And Brawl Super Smash Bros. And Ultimate Super Smash Bros. In all 3 games, choosing certain colors were put Nana and as the leader and Popo as the follower, respectively. Their appearances: Ice Climbers first appear in the Ice Climber, where the two of them competed and climbed to the top of one of 32 different mountains. On their way there, they had to break blocks with their hammers and to open up paths and ride on clouds on their way to the top. Also making their climb difficult were numerous animals that lived in the mountains, such as topies who wandered the icy platforms, and nitpickers who flew above them. Also, if the ice climber spent too much time moving upwards, dangerous polar bears would appear at the top of the mountains and fasted the ice climbers. The fastest ice climbers got the chance to collect valuable vegetables. If he then reached the peak, I already knew it. They're already using he instead of he and she, right there. If you reach the peak, if they reach the peak, a rare condor could be grabbed for even more glory. Appearances and all these things that I mentioned on the Wikipedia page, pretty accurate, except for art style pictobits. I didn't see that one before. What is that? DSiWare video game released initially in 2009 by Skip Ltd. Interesting. Trophy information. They have trophy information in the Smash Brother games. Trivia on the box art of the Japanese and PAL versions of Ice Climber. Ice Climber Nana and Nana, the only one of the two to appear on the box arts, had blonde hair. Although in the game, she and Popo's hair color were restricted to black. And their later appearances in Bros and Smash Bros. Melee and Brawl, they have brown hair. Black is more of a Japanese hair color, and brown is more over here in America. In some languages, Popo's name is Pepe. This is because Popo means buttocks in German and poop in Spanish. Oh. I feel like I knew that somewhere. Oh yeah, I do remember learning that Popo means buttocks in German class when I was in middle school. The Ice Climbers ceased to return as playable characters in Smash Bros. For Nintendo DS and Wii U, but make a cameo as a trophy. In the column, Japanese gaming magazine Famitsu Masahiro Sakurai claimed technical limitations. We know this. They were a low priority since they were fully functional in the Wii U, and they didn't have any games coming out for them. And they're also on the Virtual Console. So let's see here. Got a couple videos coming up. I'm gonna save the videos for last if I can, or I might do it after this one. This is a web page called Alternate History. Ice Climber. Olga Shrugs. Huh? Was that like the name of the person that made this? Or what is Olga Shrugs? Olga Shrugs page. The PlayStation brand is an oddity in video game history, whereas Nintendo entered the video game console market as an outgrowth of their internal involvement in toy industry. Microsoft got involved to protect their multimedia interests. Sony got involved due to a grudge. 1991, Nintendo and Sony made a deal to collaborate on a CD-ROM attachment for the then new SNES. When Nintendo embarrassed Sony by backing out of the deal and without telling them first, Sony's president Norio Oga was so outraged that he provided the funding to create a new console to compete with them. This timeline asks the question, what if Olga shrugged it off? Enter a world where video gaming is still a largely niche hobby, where Sega and Nintendo remain the dueling masters of the market, where series like Gran Turismo and Gears of War never existed, where the relatively obscure franchises like Mother have become big names, where Final Fantasy was a Nintendo exclusive for 2 decades. Welcome to Olga Shrugs. I'm never really I'm still a little confused as to what this means. But if it's big, I'm sure I'll come across it more and more. The original Ice Climber was in development by Nintendo R&D 1 by director Kenji Miki. It was also the first Nintendo game programmed by Kazukai Morita, which we know, who used the game as practice for creating more famous Super Mario Bros. Series. The game was released on the Famicom on January 20th. Oh, we have an actual date. Oh, no, I knew about the ones in America, not the Japanese dates, though. January 20th of 1985, and in America on the NES in October 18th. So that's a 10-month difference right there. Although soon overshadowed, Ice Climber was a moderate hit, selling about 1.5 million copies lifetime. The game was soon ported to a number of platforms, including arcades, the Famicom Disk System, the NEC PC 88-1. The last version in particular was published by Hudsoft, a company that would be vital in rebooting the franchise a quarter century later. Ice Climber was largely forgotten throughout the latter 80s and the 90s, but was brought back into the gaming world's consciousness by 2001 hit game Super Smash Bros. Melee. Melee, a massive Nintendo crossover, brought back the original Ice Climbers, Popo and Nana, as playable characters in a celebration of Nintendo history. The Ice Climbers were not the most playable characters in Smash Bros., but they became well known, partially for their gameplay, for the generally high placement in Melee's tier lists. This made them a popular choice in competitive multiplayer matches. Therefore, Nintendo exclusives decided that a future Ice Climber game might be made someday. Ice Climber franchise also brought back to public attention in 2004. Re-released the original Ice Climbers for the Game Boy Advance. Although not particularly popular in the West, the port sold over 200,000 copies in Japan alone. This further cemented the impression that there was also a modest future for the franchise. Dracon Gaming, thank you so much for the raid. Actually, thanks for the raid. Today we are doing research on Ice Climbers, and that's part of today's first research stream. Not a whole lot, man. I just basically told you what's up. Everything is all good, all very good. We're just doing some more of the research part before I start playing the game again. Ice Climber franchise ultimately made its comeback on the Game Boy Nitro thanks to Hudsoft in 2008. Hudson was one of Nintendo's recent acquisitions in Nintendo. It was realized that Hudson had a knack for reviving old franchises, as though their success with 2007 Pilot Wings Island, and their own franchises like Bomberman. It also became apparent that the likelihood of a Metroid title appearing on the Game Boy Nitro was dwindling. What the hell is the Game Boy Nitro? Let's look that up really quick. I'm sorry to hear that, man. Oh, and hey, Terrawinds, good to see you as well. Hope you're all doing lovely. Which remind... So your stream kept crapping out, eh, Dracon? I hope you fix it. If you plan on streaming it more later. So what is the Game Boy Nitro? Game Boy Nitro is a held-hand video game console made by Nintendo, launched in Japan in 2006, released in America and Europe in the following March. Nitro introduced several innovations to handheld gaming, including a touchscreen. So is this like the DS? Or is it like the DS before it was the DS? History. Can I get like a picture of it? Game Boy Nitro in action. It looks like the Game Boy, the Nintendo DS before it was the DS. That's pretty cool. Doesn't seem like it sold really well, but I'm sure I'll learn about that more as I do more of these research streams. Yeah, back when I was doing more regular YouTube uploads, I had a series where I was going to play the original Nintendo classics. Called it my NES Challenge, and it kind of fell through when I realized gaming does better when you're streaming it. and I never really wanted to let it go. So I decided to bring it back as a streaming series that I would upload onto YouTube. I basically play the game and I learn everything there is to learn about it, and as I go along, because I'm doing this from like 1985 when the first games were released in America up until the last NES game was released. I'm doing this as a means to basically basically see the development of video games as time goes on. By the way, since you're all here, I'm going to quickly mute the stream really quick, and I'm going to do this like, hey Taro and yo Dracon, no, not Dracon, hey Taro and motherfucking Dwarvian, if you're still in his house. You know, we got something awesome going on right here. We got a goddamn a Discord, if you haven't noticed. Now I know what you're thinking. Oh, Kadash, you're pushing the Discord again. Why are you bothering me with this bullshit? Well, hey, you know what? I like the Discord. Some other people do. You know, it's kind of cool. It's really neat. I think you'll like it. And plus, Tara, I don't even think you've seen it. So yeah, check out our Discord that we have for the for our group that we have. All right, back to reading more about Ice Climber. Where did I leave off? Was dwindling. Series creator Yoshio Sakamoto was focusing his efforts on the Revolution installment in the series. Was he the creator of it, or was this just for like? Oh, this must be the creator of the Game Boy Nitro, not Ice Climber. The final result, Ice Climber Ascent, was... Oh, they did make a sequel. Okay. Ice Climber Ascent was released on December 5th, 2010. To positive reviews, Ice Climber Ascent was a child-friendly version of the Metroid-style game, featuring a 2.5D Winter Wonderland to explore. I keep seeing 2.5D. I'm not quite sure I understand that. Is it like a modernized version of 2D games? Or is it like... Because I've always heard of that as like side-scrolling 3D. The game emphasized exploration using a series of power-ups and abilities gained over the course of a playthrough. Players could customize their character and play cooperatively in the same world via local wireless play. A link to explain what it is. It's our Discord. Or if you're in the Discord, that is. I did for that term before as well. Which term are you talking about? Oh, you mean 2.5D. It did on the Wikipedia page, but it was a little convoluted and I didn't feel like reading it. So it's something I'll probably figure out later on. Ice Climber Ascent would go on to sell about... Yeah, I realize that. I'll figure it out eventually. Ice Climber Ascent would go on to sell about as well as traditional Metroid games, selling about 1.5 million copies, which is about as well as the first Ice Climber sold in 1985. By the end of 2012, the game received multiple awards from various gaming websites, including Best Game Boy Nitro Game from 2010. Also, it was released for that. From Nintendo's based review site. A direct sequel to Ice Climber Ascent was announced to be in development for the Game Boy 3DS at E3 in 2013. The game will use the system's lower screen as the map and will feature a larger world with new abilities to collect. And the reception of it all? Ice Climber is a modest yet successful series for Nintendo. The two games in the series have sold 4 million retail copies between their various releases. Although the original game was released before reviews for games were widespread, Ice Climber Ascent received scores around 8 or 8.5 out of 10, making it one of the better received handheld games of 2010. Alright. That's very informative. Now let's move on to a video, because my mouth is tired. So let's move on to This one. It's a 9-minute video, Ice Climber retrospective. Let's learn a little something about it.
Oops, I lied. About the nature of good intentions, episode 10. Sorry everyone, I said this episode was going to be about a Jackie Chan game, but I had my release dates mixed up. We'll get to Mr. Chan in due time, but for now, the topic du jour is Ice Climber. I don't know if it was simply coincidence or the result of a deliberate creative mandate, but for many of Nintendo's early NES and Famicom games, they appeared in pairs. For example, you had Maze Chase Devil World,
Never heard
and
of
then
that.
about a month later, Nintendo published Clu Clu Land.
I have played that.
F1 Race brought the racing genre to the NES, then 4 weeks later, Excite Bike debuted. And now we have Ice Climber, which feels like nothing so much as a binary twin to Mario Bros. There's a pattern at work with
Even
these
though it
game
came out
sets.
first.
One half of each pair was designed by Shigeru Miyamoto, and the other half wasn't. I don't really know how game development processes worked at Nintendo in those days, but if you told me that different internal teams were constantly racing to outdo one another by building distinct games around the same set of concepts, I'd believe it. This trend even continued beyond the early NES era with Metroid. That Nintendo R&D 1 game basically bolted together Miyamoto's Super Mario Bros. Side-scrolling with The Legend of Zelda's adventure and RPG elements. But that's a story for another time. For now, with Ice Climber, we have a cooperative, 2-player platformer based around jumping and interference from foes. It feels for all the world like an alternate spin on the basic premise of the original Mario Bros. Ice Climber even maintains Mario Bros. Jump physics, which is unfortunate because the game revolves entirely around jumping as you endeavor to reach the pinnacle of a series of mountains. Your protagonists here leap in high, shallow arcs with a bit of lag to their response and some very, very fussy platform edge detection.
Yes.
Making a
Yes, very
successful
true.
jump in this game requires a lot of practice and a sincere effort at mastery, which turns the whole affair into a bit of a slog. One of the keys to the success and timelessness of Super Mario Bros. Was that its jump mechanics felt so intuitive, so effortless, that bounding across the Mushroom Kingdom became sheer joy. Ice Climber, on the other hand, turns jumping into an endless font of frustration and anger. Much like the bulk of Kid Icarus, Ice Climber scrolls vertically, one way, upward. Missing a platform, falling off the screen amounts to death, and many stages feature tiny little footholds from which a plunge becomes almost inevitable. It's a maddening game, and I suspect it works a lot better if you approach it from the perspective of its original release in very early 1985, when the world had yet to witness the majesty of Super Mario Bros. The real kicker? While Ice Climber was designed by Tadashi Sugiyama and directed by Kenji Miki, Shigeru Miyamoto supervised production, and Super Mario Bros.
Produced by who and
in
who?
very early 1985, when the world had yet to witness the majesty of Super Mario Bros. The real kicker? While Ice Climber was designed by Tadashi Sugiyama and directed by Kenji Miki, Shigeru Miyamoto supervised production, and Super Mario Bros. Programmer Toshihiko Nakago helped code it. One can only assume that this project was fresh in their mind as they began work on that seminal masterpiece. Let's never make a game whose controls suck that hard, they vowed in agreement in the theater of my imagination. Anyway, it's not really fair to bag on Ice Climber simply because the single most important game mechanic on which everything else hinges feels clumsy and primitive. Look beyond the fact that it plays a little bit like it hates you, and you'll find some fun elements. For starters, it manages to maintain that delirious weirdness that so many 8-bit Japanese games had. Ice Climber begins with a pterodactyl abducting an eggplant and whisking it away to the top of a snowbound mountain. Your mission is to climb to the top of several dozen mountains, reclaim your fruit, and, well, I guess that's it. If you beat the final mountain, the game simply repeats from stage 1. Each mountain features the same general structure. You begin at the bottom, climb up about 2 screens, hit the midpoint of the stage to begin the bonus round, and attempt to make the summit before time runs out. The lower half of the mountain isn't timed, though a polar bear will amble along to force the screen to scroll upward if you take too long to advance, and so long as you reach the bonus round, you'll advance to the next mountain even if you slip and fall afterwards. Bonus rounds differ in layout depending on the mountain you're at, but no matter which level you begin on, you always collect the same fruit and vegetable bonuses in sequence, beginning with eggplants. If you manage to collect all 5 ears of corn in the 5th bonus round, you'll earn a 1-up. Although unless you're jockeying for a high score, 1-ups aren't particularly important in this game, since you can begin straight away from any level.
But you die so many times it doesn't matter.
Ice Climber presents itself as a race to the top and to dominate the leaderboards, and it's really much more entertaining when played with 2 people. One person grappling with the awkward jump physics is frustration. 2 people trying to outperform each other with the same built-in handicap is hilarious. As with many early NES games, Nintendo gave Ice Climber a pretty hefty overhaul for the Versus system. And Versus Ice Climber really plays up the 2-player rivalry. The 24 mountains you can tackle in the arcade version display a different icon after you complete them, depending on how you perform. You see player 1 or player 2's icon denoting a clear mountain conquered by one or the other player, depending on who earned the most points, and an enemy icon means the mountain was cleared but both players failed to complete the bonus round. Unsurprisingly, Nintendo released Versus Ice Climber for Famicom Disk System toward the end of 1988. While it doesn't feature nearly so many changes as Versus Excitebike, it nevertheless changes things up with enhanced music, more animation, and the level conquest icon screen at the end of each mountain. Unlike Versus Excitebike and Clu Clu Land D, however, Nintendo has never released this adaptation of the game internationally. Whichever version of Ice Climber you play, the basic experience feels much the same. You control one of a pair of parka-clad kids wielding a mallet. Both kids, named Popo and Nana, can leap high and chip away overhead blocks by smashing into them. Perhaps the inspiration for Mario's block-busting skills in Super Mario Bros. You can also knock out overhead enemies by leaping into them, though this requires some skill as you'll be knocked out instead if you hit the monster or hazard with your head rather than your mallet.
And there's no reason
Chipping
as
away
to
at
why
blocks plays a key role in Ice Climber, as your goal is to reach the top of each mountain, and many stages have screen-spanning floors that obstruct your path.
I have yet to
You
see
need
that.
to break away portions of the ceiling above in order to leap to the higher levels. This task is made more difficult by a number of complications that appear along the way. Small birds will wander around overhead, potentially spoiling your jumps by circling overhead at inopportune moments. More vexing are the little white fuzzballs, called Topi. They patrol different levels of the mountain in search of gaps in the floor.
The birds
When
are
a
called
Topi scouts a
nitpickers.
hole, it scurries back to its cave at the side of the screen and reemerges with an ice pile that it uses to restore 2 blocks of the floor at a time. As Popo and Nana can only break away a single block per leap, preventing Topis from filling in the gaps faster than you can create them becomes difficult, especially for a single player. In fact, it goes from difficult to infuriating once you reach higher stages, where you have to stage your jumps to reach higher levels from moving platforms or tiny bits of floor that work like conveyor belts. There is a certain satisfaction that comes from thwarting Topis, either by smashing them directly with a mallet or simply breaking out the floor from beneath them and causing them to plummet to their doom. These few elements, breakable and unbreakable floors, birds, Topis, moving platforms, conveyor belts, the annoying polar bear, and bonus fruit, comprise the entirety of the Ice Climber sandbox. Each level is simply a more challenging arrangement of these concerns than the last. And it's reasonably entertaining, provided you can play with a friend. Ice Climber isn't a timeless classic by any means, but it does seem to hold a certain nostalgic sway over gamers of a certain age. Popo and Nana and other Ice Climber elements have appeared in numerous iterations of Smash Bros., including as tricky conjoined playable characters in Smash Bros. Brawl, though they were dropped from Smash 4, to some fan outrage, due to the limitations of the 3DS. The game is fairly well regarded and has been reissued many times over, in Animal Crossing, for e-reader, for the classic NES series on GBA, and on every iteration of Virtual Console. Taken alone, Ice Climber is merely a blip in history. Regarded in tandem with Wrecking Crew, however, it really does paint a picture of how Nintendo kicked around ideas of varying merit in order to attempt to create a proper Mario Bros. Follow-up. Super Mario Bros. Looms large over Good Intentions 1985, and it really does feel like nearly everything Nintendo developed and published prior to that game's creation was simply building up to that masterpiece. Super Mario has become such an integral part of video gaming that it can be difficult to understand why it had such impact in the first place, but Ice Climber gives it essential context. Prior to Super Mario Bros., the fussy, uncooperative jumping controls and platforming design of Ice Climber wasn't simply acceptable, it was about as good as it got. But once Mario journeyed to the Mushroom Kingdom, things would change forever. That does leave poor Ice Climber stranded as a bit of a relic, but at least it has cooperative play to help dull the sharp sting of obsolescence.
I would love to do cooperative play of this game sometime.
Next on Good Intentions.
Alright, thank you, Jeremy Parrish, for your retrospective on Ice Climber. I really appreciate it. Learned quite a bit from it. Definitely very informative from your video. Now let's move back to the game. Let's play a little bit more of Ice Climber now. Let's continue where we left off. Oh god, that's probably super loud for everybody. There we go. Here we go. Also, Switching over. Make gameplay stand out. Blur out research. Because now we're in gameplay mode. And shtabam. Alright, here we go. Let's see if we can get past this level. There we go. This game can be so punishing. Those clouds move so fast. It's like I can get 2 hits if I'm lucky. And these topies, they're just ground level, they're fine, but when you're so focused on trying to remove these platforms, you really forget about them. Oh god, like that, just like that. Also, this game has a tendency to like spawn you. It just has a tendency to spawn you at just right on top of an enemy, or right on top of where you're where there's nothing. So it's just unfair times all around, in classic NES fashion. But we're actually not doing too bad this time around. Whoa! Punishing like that. Let me up! Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Dopey! Okay. Let's collect our eggplants. We're gonna do it. We're gonna get the condor this time. We're gonna get the goddamn condor. Gonna time our jumps carefully and... So unfair. That's so unfair. Alright, Mountain 14. How the hell do we deal with Mountain 14? Like that, I guess. I'm gonna knock you out. Don't want to deal with you. You're a goddamn bitch. No, now that I've seen what like 2-player gameplay can be like, I really would like to check that out. And wow, that was a really lucky hit. Yes, yes, yes. It's the things you don't think of when you're playing. You're just trying to think, oh, I'm gonna get to the next part, and then oh, you weren't thinking it through, and now you're dead. And now you're dead. Still appreciate the lurk. Hey man, how you doing? Good to see you. Hope everything's going well with the whole new computer business. Ooh. Yes! Yes! No! This game is so punishing and unfair. And now I have to sit through Popo crying right now. You don't feel good for losing. Let's try again. Mountain 14. Mr. Condor, just hungry for eggplants, and I gotta go get my vegetables back because I'm trying to make a nice salad. Gotta try again. Break all the damn ice blocks I just broke already. This game is so brutal. So brutal. I'm not doing too bad. This game is brutal. For 1985, I don't know what more I was expecting. Video game design in its infancy. No one has a clue what they're doing yet. All they know is, we gotta make a game that's fun and people are gonna play. So I'm gonna guess you called Best Buy as Geek Squad, and they're gonna take a look at it on a certain date. Not a sponsor of Best Buy, by the way. Oh god! The polar bear's coming in! This is my only oh... Well, hey, I'm gonna start at level... Oh, right! I'm starting at the 4th platform. I cannot argue with that, although I can argue with that bullshit bird. Yes. Oh, please, please, please. Wait! Yes! Yes! No! Okay. We're gonna get it. Hey, Coffee Cat, how you doing today? Come on! Ugh! I'm doing well. Come on. We're gonna get it. Oh! I got up there, but I decided to walk off because I'm an idiot. We're gonna make it. I'm so busy looking at the topi at the bottom. I'm not looking at the clouds going by. See that? It doesn't make any sense. Sometimes you run into the bird, you'll kill it. Sometimes you run into it and you'll die. I want to say it's like 70% of the time you run into it and it dies. But then the other 30% right there, you just die for no reason. That's a good idea. Always, yeah. Just if you can get it done for free, make sure you can. Especially if you trust the guy that's doing it. Laundry, dishes, and prep kiddos' lunch. That sounds like a pretty productive day in my opinion. I gotta put the laundry on another dry cycle before I go to bed. There's a chance I'll forget that, but hopefully I don't. Wife will be upset with me if I forget. That was a condor, and it was an eggplant. Ah. For no reason, no apparent reason. Sometimes you kill him by running into him, sometimes you don't. Wait a second, I might have figured out why it does sometimes. You gotta wait for it to appear again. The jump cycle changes. When you jump, for like the first tenth of a second when you jump, his arms are behind him. And then for the rest of the jump cycle, his arms are in front and his hammer's in front. Maybe you have to wait for that to actually kill it. Yeah, probably a good idea not to have him as your guy anymore. Come on. We can do it. I'm gonna bash your goddamn head in, you stupid bird. Right there. Oh, God! Come on, we can do it! Yeah! Come on! We're so close. It's right there. We're so close to doing it. Yes! Oh my god. I'm so happy about that. I will be happy if I can make it to level 20. Or if I can just see like all the stuff that this game has to add to see like the blizzard and the wind that they were talking about. I don't know if that's just a 2-player thing or if it can be a 1-player thing. Yeah, we're gonna make this happen. We're gonna get it. No, I'm not gonna bother with that eggplant. I don't need it. My salad's gonna be good enough as it is. I didn't want it, but I got it anyway. Well, I'm glad you enjoyed that. I enjoyed listening to you play last night as well, Coffee Cat. It also sounds like you and I have similar taste in coffee. Although I've never had the one that you told me about yesterday that I forgot about already. It does seem like you and I, if anything, definitely coffee soulmates. Ah! goobers are the best. Are the best. You know. Goobers. They're peanuts covered in chocolate. You eat them at the movies. You know, who can argue with the goober? Yes. No, not dealing with that. Not dealing with that. Not dealing. Not dealing at all. Who are you? It's just a Discord notification. No, they don't get much paler and sweeter than a nerd. Well, not necessarily sweet, but definitely not much paler. Living here in Wisconsin myself, I get quite pale as well. Trying to make it a point to take more vitamin D, just so I can stay up on the healthier side of things. Okay, we're gonna go. That's not gonna work. That's not gonna work. Is there a Topi over here that can? Oh god, that's no. I didn't ask for this. I just wanted to play a nice, fun game of Ice Climber. I can get through the. I got through the small hole. That's what I was looking for. What I'm looking for. Oh. It's right there. Just like that video said. The way you jump in this game, it almost feels like the game is punishing you. I hear ya. You know, go get some sleep. My kid wakes me up early too. I was thankful she let me sleep until 7:20 today. Yes! Come on! Get more eggplants. We're starting our salad over again. It's gonna be delicious. It's gonna be great. We're gonna fuck that shit up with a crap ton of salt. We're gonna boil them in like beef broth. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be delicious. Like everyone's gonna be like, "Oh, you're gonna make a salad? How boring!" Like, no. You don't understand. This is gonna be one sick salad. I've already got my vegetables. Now I gotta get some condor. I'm gonna get the condor for the salad. Ever have condor meat? It's fucking delicious. I got the condor. Yes. Good night. Good night, Coffee Cat. I finally got the condor. I haven't gotten the condor until now. And I've been streaming for almost 2 hours now. Granted, it hasn't all been gameplay. A lot of it's been almost equal parts of it have been just research. I'm so glad about that. Oh, I can test out the thing. Yes, I think that's it. So it's like for the first 10th of the jump, you can't kill the nitpicker. It's during the next part of it when the arms are up, when the arms and legs are up, and the hammer's up. You can get the goddamn nitpicking bastard. The true test of that will be to fall from the top, like land on top of it and see if it kills it. Gotta be careful. Gotta make it. Yeah. Okay. Just gotta get to that hole. Just gotta get to that hole. It's getting way easier to get to the hole, but I still can't do it. Now it's too big. Yes! Yes! I don't like the looks of that. I'm just gonna stand here. I'm gonna stand here and wait for that Topi to fix up the bridges. So I suppose we can just hang out and... I need another beer. I'm still here. I'm not going anywhere. I'm just in the kitchen, which is right next door. That's so unfair. That's so unfair. Kids at home, don't drink unless you're of the legal age in your country. Oh my god. Didn't mean to pause it. Okay. We're gonna keep playing. We still got 1, 2, 3, 4 more pages to check out of information on Ice Climber. I should have looked up the name of the developer of this game. I didn't do any research on him. I didn't even see his name anywhere. See, why can't my mallet be made of metal so I can just bash your face into the point where you'll never come back? Go away! So, I think I land partially on the top of that one, which indicates that you can't fall on top of it. So if you're in your falling cycle, you're not going to kill it. Developers of Ice Climber, if you're listening, am I right? Do I have it? Am I on point with my theory? Because I really hope I am. I would love to make it to Mountain 20. I would love to. You know, I would like to make it there the honorable way by playing it as it was meant to be played. I mean, I could always skip. I just want to see. I just want to see what the heavy winds are. Heavy winds, the blizzard. I just want to deal with the winds of winter. You know, Game of Thrones wasn't even a thing. Actually, it might have been a thing now that I think about it. When did the first Game of Thrones book come out? Well, the Winds of Winter wasn't even a concept, I'm sure. It's not even out now. Winds of Winter being the latest book in the Game of Thrones series, by the way. Which also you probably shouldn't watch until you're of legal age to watch content like that in your country. How am I to do this? I'm just gonna sit here. I'm just gonna sit here and pay attention to the ice cubes that are coming down. Icicles, not cubes. Cubes probably wouldn't kill me. Yeah. I keep jumping because I'm just a daredevil. I'm just a daredevil that doesn't know what's better for, that doesn't know what's good for me. Do I like to punish myself? Careful. I have no lives left to spare. Okay. Go away. I don't need ya. Gonna make it. Gah! Yes! Bonus stage of level 16! Let's get our Next up, stage 17. What challenges do await us in stage 17, I wonder? Looks like at least 3 different conveyor belts. A fun challenge, I'm so sure, everybody. Cry. I've had the presence of mind to edit this to edit this entire thing after I've uploaded it. Before I've uploaded it, probably would have put in those seagulls from Finding Nemo when I say that. Ah, yes. Very Napoleon Dynamite. Yes. Oh god. Come on. It's right there. We're gonna make it. We're gonna make it. Ha ha! Doing it again. Getting our eggplants. We have all of our lives together. So that means we're for sure gonna make it to the bonus stage next time. Then we'll collect our carrots for our delicious vegetable stew. It's no longer a salad anymore, it's a stew. And I'm not talking about Stu Pickles, Tommy's dad from Rugrats. I'm just talking about a delicious, wonderful stew. Get up, get up, get up. Get up! Get up! No, no, no! Okay. That was so good, Tailwinds. Old show. Alright, next up, next up, next up. Come on, nothing, nothing. They ain't got nothing on me. Ain't got nothing, nothing. What's this? Want something? Get out of here! Ain't got nothing on me. Except for that, just confirms my theory. Just confirms my theory. You have to wait till the first 1/10 of your jump cycle is done before you can collect the nitpicker. Jump to the middle part. There we go. There we go. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. That's totally fine. We're doing okay, everybody. We're doing okay. We're all on this journey together. This wonderful journey of Ice Climber. You and me, all of us together. We got it. We got it in the bag. We're gonna get it in the bag. We're gonna bury it in the forest somewhere, and then the police are gonna find us, find it and question our motives 20 years later, and then we'll go to prison for the rest of our lives because you know what was in that bag? You know what was in that bag? The murder of Ice Climber. And that's a crime that'll get you life. You know, they're gonna interrogate us. They're gonna interrogate us. They're gonna be like, the good cop's gonna be like, you know, I get it. You know, the game, it had terrible jump mechanics. It was very punishing to play to a certain degree. I get why you did it. I get why you killed it. So why don't you just admit that you killed it? But you gotta hang it strong. You gotta hang it strong. Don't let the cops break you! Like that polar bear. Probably shouldn't be giving advice on how to deal with the cops interrogating you. Whether or not it's accurate or not. Ah! Yes, the Paris one was a wonderful one. I feel like it was underrated amongst many people. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. We're good, we're good. Gonna make it. Gonna make it. Oh, yeah, come on. Come on. Ah! Gotta make this shit happen. Break that shit apart, break it apart. Don't need to deal with that. Don't need to deal with that. Yes! Yes! We're getting carrots now! Carrots are going into our stew. Living carrots with eyes. We're gonna get it. We're gonna get it. It's okay. We got it. We're gonna make this happen. 26 seconds. 20. Yes! Oh, so unfair. Forget the carrot. Forget it. We got enough carrots for our stew. I want the condor. The condor is the main part of the meat. No one's gonna want the stew. We can't advertise that as a condor stew if we don't have condor meat. I can't take it! We're doing nicely. We're doing nicely. Everything's going good. What new fresh hellish level are we on to next? It keeps working. It keeps working when you wait the 10th of a second. If you're on the rise and you jump at it, it's gonna go. It's gonna die. You're gonna die, nitpicker! Okay, and yes! Okay. Oh! No! Okay. Back to the research portion of everything. we're going to return to the research part, which means research opacity is non-existent now. Gameplay opacity is going to be like whatever I click at here, 14 apparently. And bring up our browser display. Next up. Oh, I guess all we got left are a bunch of videos and a possible what would Ice Climber look like if it was recreated in the Unreal 4 engine, which doesn't truly intrigue me. Franchise being so quiet for such a long time, hard to imagine Nintendo giving Popo and Nana another shot. I always see these. Always see these things of like, what would this look like in the new Unreal 4 engine? And it's always Unreal 4. It's never anything else. Let's move on to whatever this is. I'll keep it on the small side so that my screen isn't blocking stuff. Oh, is this just like literally gameplay?
Jump onto floating clouds to move to upper levels. In 1984.
Really, because I hear 1985. How accurate is this page?
Leading the bonus round in under 40 seconds.
Quality of this is not very good. I think that was like 3 or 4 notes, one of which isn't even accurate.
With new chunks of ice.
Alright, let's just read whatever they have to say. Basically, history Ice Climbers released in Nintendo in 1984. That is false from what I've been reading. In the spirit, more games were being released directly to home gaming consoles rather than arcade machines for financial reasons. After it became, for what financial reasons exactly? After it became apparent that Ice Climber was a big hit, Nintendo started to develop subsequent ports for the title. Would 1.5 million? I guess once you reach 1 million, I guess it's considered a hit to a certain degree. I'm not so sure about a big hit, but I suppose for how many people were playing video games back then, I guess it could be. In addition, Ice Climber eventually made its way to the arcade. Okay, maybe it's the arcade version that came out in 1984, but then they're getting these things backwards. I'm not so sure how accurate this page is going to be. Arcadeclassics.net. It's already on my list of possibly not very accurate. Kenji Miki created designs for the Ice Climber, and Akito Nakatsuka composed all the music for the game. Okay. Originally, Ice Climber appeared on Nintendo Famicom and Nintendo Entertainment System. Afterward, it was ported to the Game Boy Advance, PC-88, and various arcade platforms. A sequel to the name Versus Ice Climber was released by Nintendo. I'll have to look up which one came first. Either 1 or 2 people can play Ice Climber at the same time. I don't know if we could say historically it was one of the best platforming video games titles ever created by Nintendo, since it was clearly outshined by Super Mario Brothers by the late 1985. Wait, changing enemies from seals to snowmen? There are no snowmen. Gameplay overview. Nit Maliter. This is a small mountain-dwelling bird. I saw it as a nitpicker in the actual game manual that I found online. A Topi. Now this isn't exactly the best page I found, so I'm just gonna click out of this. Let's so we got 2 pages left. A little Reddit page and history, a little bit of history. One of the first censored games. So let's oh, this one also says 1984. Let's look up Ice Climber release date. January 30th, 1985, which is what I read. What about versus like Ice Climber? I still get this one. Arcade Ice Climber. Still getting that. I don't know where people are getting 1984. Ice Climber for arcade. Best of 2 players. 1984. MobyGames.com. Also, might not be the best website. Why do people keep getting 1984? I don't exactly know why. But so far I've seen more sources say 1985, so I'm going to roll with that. First censored game. Let's see what this video has to say about that. So there's supposed to be a seal in this one? Oh. That looks quite a bit different. Almost creepier looking. Clearly changed because of seal clubbing. Which I wonder if that's still a thing today. The animation of that is just pretty, I mean, it's a little humorous when you club them, but when they're I don't even know what you would call that, a waddle? They're clubbing around. Is there much else that they can show me? Doesn't appear to be. This version with Yeti, which actually Toby instead, not Yeti. Which I can guess how I can see why they would say Yeti. I said Yeti at the beginning when I first started the stream as well. But I learned something, which is the point of this whole stream. Oh well, that was somewhat interesting. Magazine review: Expandable Computer News, 1986. When I purchased this system, I obtained the Excitebike and Ice Climber cartridges. Excitebike is one of the programmable carts that allows you to design your own racing course. I have already spent several hours playing all 4 games and have found them all to be excellent. Graphics, gameplay, and sound are superb. For 1986. First censored game, censored violence towards animals. The Blue Seal featured the Japanese release. Okay. That's mildly interesting. What does the Reddit have to say? Ice Climber was released in 1985 for the NES in Japan, and this platform game designed by Nintendo R&D 1. So like you and Ice Hammer make your way to the top of the mountain as Popo players try to use a trusty mallet to work their way to the top of the mountain. Chip away at the blocks overhead, resulting in holes in the mountain next level. Favorite memories of playing this game? I think I'm posting games that were published by Nintendo. Still waiting for Captain Toad style Ice Climber adventure, little 3D map puzzle involving climbing. Ice Climber was a slower game. Kid Icarus was about escaping hell while shooting endless hordes of skull-faced cobras. Ice Climber was a slower game, less about action and stuff. A modern counterpart would be Captain Toad. I don't know anything about Captain Toad at all. I would also how does Ice Climber hold up today? I'd argue that it never did in the first place. I would also argue that it doesn't. It's a staple in it's a staple in gaming. To what I can say, it's a staple in gaming history. But in terms of gameplay, it does not hold up at all. It's clunky. It's slow. It has literally a 10-second music loop, and it was still designed with the arcade feel and style in mind, which doesn't work for home consoles by any means. I mean, my mind could change. I could encounter one that does, but thus far I have not. Most NES titles were descendants of the arcade-style high-score loop games. Ice Climbers is no exception to the era. The only thing that separates Ice Climbers from the from regular arcade, which is why I feel like it did decent on the NES, is the fact that you can choose the level that you're on, which is what I'm going to do when I start playing again. Infinite continues. Many of those games are still played today. It's not an issue of the times that plague it, but it's really just not a great game in the first place. Interesting, maybe, but not fun to play, pretty much entirely because of the controls. And due to the fact that back in those days, the number of games were limited, of course, people would see this game and think, oh, this is wonderful. This guy made a video about it. Red Jump Stomp. I don't know anything about Reddit. Can I find this guy's video? I don't know. Well, Run, Jump, Stomp. If you're interested, I would like to see that video that you made. But yeah, the jumping is very punishing. Also the walking basically has the laggy. If the game feels laggy and unresponsive, I'd also agree with that. Awful game. So, I guess the final thing I want to look up is Ice Climber reviews. What does IGN have to say about it? And I suppose GameStop. Nobody remembered Ice Climber. It was old, low profile, under the radar. Well, I guess I'll start from the top. By Lucas N. Thomas. Based on the product re-release of the game, because of this change of medium and passage of time, it's possible that there are slight factual differences between the original retail product and the version reviewed. Nobody remembered Ice Climber. It was old, low profile, under the radar. Basically, no one cared. It's like your old grandpa that smells and tells old stories that no one cares about. Also comments on very inappropriate things. Two main characters were randomly plucked out of obscurity, thrust back into the spotlight. Nana and Popo, the parka-clad, hammer-wielding heroes of Ice Climber, appeared playable as brawlers and Super Smash Bros. Melee, instantly reviving the interest and appreciation for their 1985 debut game. And the person that says 1985, not 1984. Ice Climber is a vertically scrolling platformer, but as built as an action arcade experience. I would disagree. I would not call it an action game at all. The playfield always exists within the horizontal bounds of a single screen that scrolls up a level at a time. As your climber climbs each mountain, running to the left or right simply makes you appear again. There's no escaping from your destiny. You are doomed to climb. Like it's friggin' purgatory and you have no choice. It's a very imminent way of putting it. You are doomed to climb. There's no escape from your destiny. It's a forlorn and frigid fate. As the platform surfaces get colder, slicker, and more ice encrusted as you progress towards the mountain peak. I feel like they're writing it in a way that makes it seem more exciting than it actually is. The progress is made by force with your hammer. You leap into the air, hammer held overhead. You break away a hole in the ceiling above you, then hole created, jump through it. You make the ceiling of a new floor, rinse and repeat the process until you reach your weights at the top. That makes it sound like not fun at all. Avoiding or attacking enemies along the way. Simple design. It seems that way, but I've heard that there are very biased reviews that come from both GameSpot and IGN. But even in biased articles, there can be some version of truth. At this point, it seems like I've learned all there is to learn. I'm just looking at other people's opinions. Let's see here. Ice Climber is a game that you can play and enjoy alone, but it's more fun to play with a friend, which I would like to do myself, and it seems like it is more fun to play with a friend. How much more fun? Probably just very little bit more fun. Like the kind of game you'd play with a friend once for an hour and then be done. Great way to kill off your too slow friend lagging behind. Wait, quickly jumping off the edge. Oh, okay. Oh, that's how it would work. You can complete the peak, quickly jumping up the mountain, forcing your friend to a screen scroll is a great way to kill off your too slow friend. So if you jump up to the higher platform, then it moves up, and your friend would lose a life, or a man, as they say in the manual. The manual actually says when you get hit, you lose a man. I feel like that's a weird way of putting it. Like, when did they start using lives instead of saying you lose a man? It was Ice Climber's merits as a two-player experience that brought it back, that brought it prominence back in the 80s, where in Europe it was actually the pack-in game for an introductory NES for several years. Here in the States, it served as one of the 18 NES launch titles that debuted with the system in 1985. 18. I don't think there were 18 games that came out back then. It made a fairly good impression here and also in Japan. Enough that its heroes earned the callback to action and Primetime Light in Super Smash Bros. Arena. Ice Climber was part of the NES Classics series chosen for re-release in the Game Boy Advance in 2004. It's also hidden in the GameCube game Animal Crossing. I already know all this, but for those who've missed out on it in years... Alright. It's got an OK by IGN. Presentation. An arcade-style presentation after the level score telling scenes are great. You get a wonderful opportunity to gloat over your lower scoring friend over here. I feel like the presentation is a bit too generous. I'd give it like... I mean, it's not hideous to look at by any means, so I'd give it like a 5 or 6. So I guess it's not that big of a difference. Graphics, some of the nice visuals to be found on day one of the NES system's life cycle. Don't miss the polar bear wearing sunglasses. If we're talking about day one of the NES system's life cycle, I would agree it's pretty decent. I mean, like, based off what people would have seen at the time, I think this was probably more visually complicated than a lot of the arcade style games. So I'll give it that. I wouldn't, in today's era, I wouldn't give it a 7. I would still give it more like a 5, because, I would still acknowledge that, okay, it was great for back then. It doesn't stand up to now. A 7 would indicate that it stands up to today's standards more. One simple sound, one simple background. No. One simple background song for every level. Some funny effects to support it. Okay. The sound effects are one thing, but the music, I can't give them a 6 for sound on music, because the soundtrack is literally 10 seconds long and then it repeats. That's a straight up 3 or 4 to me. Even for back then, if they can create, even for day one of the NES's life cycle, like, what games were out back then? A bunch of sports games. I would say they could do. I would say definitely a 3 or 4. Gameplay, a vertically scrolling platformer that is much more arcade focused than most other Nintendo designs. Assign that transitional theme in which it came out about. All right. Wait a second. Welcome back, Amaron. I would not give it a 6.5 in gameplay. The fact that the jumping is so clunky and slow, and the platforms are very finicky and hard to get on, that's a straight up 4 or 3 to me. Lasting appeal. Ice Climber can be a blast when played with a friend, and you'd be hard pressed to quickly conquer all 32 of its unique mountain stages. I would not be hard pressed, because I would not last that long. So, lasting appeal, I would give it a straight up 5, because it's a classic, and people would plot, and I might play it if I'm really bored, or if I had never played the classics before, I would try it. But this is definitely a more generous article than it deserves. What does GameSpot have to say? Billions of people have played as the Ice Climbers in Super Smash Bros. Melee, but very few have played the 1985 Nintendo Entertainment System game where the duo got their start. Like most of their games, Ice Climber is simple but quite challenging. However, unlike many early NES games, it holds up well and still is a lot of fun. Disagree. Premise of the game, we know the premise. Condor takes your vegetables and flies up. You got to go get them while avoiding a bunch of things. Ice Climber isn't a great-looking game, but it certainly doesn't look bad when compared to other early NES games, which is true. The Ice Climber went for an astonishing $20 when it was released as part of the NES Classic series. For the Game Boy Advance, $5 isn't unreasonable to pay. I would say it should be more like it should even be less than $5 in my opinion. In today's day and age, I would say $2 or $3 is more fair than $5. 6.3. Oh, what's the good? Still lots of fun. Disagree. Challenging will keep you busy. That's true, but that involves having fun while playing it. Good multiplayer. I haven't played the multiplayer, but I can't imagine the multiplayer makes it much more fun. I imagine it does to a certain degree, but not that. But probably not enough to like play it like all the time. Like I can't see myself playing this with my friends. Like, oh, dude, remember how we played at Ice Climbers like all week last week? Let's do that again this week. I can't see that at all. Jumping controls can be finicky. That is being generous. The jumping controls are atrocious. And let's take a look at Metacritic, and then I'll go back to playing a little bit. Maybe I'll look at Honest Gamers really quick too, and then I'll finish playing a little bit. 66 out of 100. A lot of mixed reviews. Let's look at the user reviews. Ice Climbers may be a small space, and have cliche gameplay, but it's still a classic and can entertain most people. Personally, this is a great game in my eyes. I disagree with your opinion, GameCube lover. Blue Hydra. Fun little time waster with some interesting level mechanics let down by some interesting, seriously dodgy controls and most uninteresting combat. Very true. It is responsible for adding some of the best and cutest characters to the Super Smash Bros. Series, though the aptly named Ice Climbers, so I can't hate it too much. Okay. What's the one negative critic review that we got? Unfortunately, it sounds like a wristwatch alarm. That's very true. It's 10 seconds long and it repeats. After an hour or so playing Xevious, is that how you pronounce it? Xevious? Staring at your watch will seem like a refreshing change of pace. Timeless control scheme that still works well to this day, but there's not much more above that. Gaming age like a power-up, somewhat generic level design, pale in comparison to the other fine shooters of the NES, Life Force, and Guardian Legend. Who's talking about shooters of these days? Why are you bringing up shooters in a game that's literally a platformer? What? Did this person get confused with another game? But this was one of the first shooters on the system, and it's still worth playing. I didn't get lost, did I? I'm still at Ice Climbers. What did you think you were writing a review for, Gaming Age? Even today, I play Xevious. What? Why are they talking about Xevious? Okay, the Seville. All right, I'm done with that with Metacritic. Honest Gamers. Ooh, this might be mildly interesting. This will be the last one I read, for sure. As I was playing through Super Smash Bros. Melee the other day, a thought occurred to me what game Ice Climbers came from, so I got the copy and had to go. Now, Ice Climbers is a very innovative approach to the platform genre, and one of the unique traits moving vertically, but then horizontally. Well, I suppose that's true. The point here is to chisel your way to the top of the level with your trusty hammer. While avoiding crazy obstacles, several fun parts. While there are several fun parts to this game, Ice Climber is generally kind of limited in its gameplay, but the wonderful uniqueness of the game all but make up for it. Huh. They should throw away any doubts of the game being worse than Ice Climbers are in the Smash Brothers, right? Real points of the game here are the hammer and jump, oh, and hammer and jump. Also very true. Literally 2 commands. 32 different mountain stages. Get through, all working against the time limit. This time limit will hurt you or help you depending on how fast you work. Strangeness ensures that as you fight pterodactyls, they are nitpickers, and seals, they are topies. Only seals in Japan. Icicles, help you hover cloud. What are the vegetables you say? Well, they happen to be hot peppers. Huh. Is this like I don't know what version this person's talking about. Maybe a newer one. Odds and ends. The time limit is probably the thing that you will have to work against the hardest. If you allow it to continue too far, madness ensures. As you be chased by a large polar bear, the horror, well, maybe I'm exaggerating a little bit. Sounds like you are a little bit. Throwing out the window. The first few stages are simple enough. Had the gist of them in no time. Game difficult. I found the game difficult, but not so much that I was taking the system and throwing it out the window. With the praising aside, there was one thing that's probably the most bothersome: the play control, which is going to be the jumping and everything. Take control movement. Fall through those holes, you lose life. Greatest part of the game is the 2-player option, which I didn't get to experience. This game looks any different on the traditional NES out there. If it's gonna look any different, it's just gonna be like a slightly different, like either a brighter color scheme or just like very minorly changed. Alright, that is it for all the opinions. I am moving back to the game for a little bit. I'm going to try and I'm gonna play for a little longer, and then I'm gonna end this stream. Just completed. I feel like I just lost, right? That was where I left off. Let's move on to Mountain 20. See what we got going in Mountain 20. Alright. Here we go. Just waiting, going back and forth, and oh! Didn't time all that well. This game is starting to wear on me now. I've learned quite a lot about it, but it's definitely not enough to like really make me think, oh, this is a great timeless classic. Not by any means. Okay. Let's do this one. Get out of here. No one needs ya. I'm gonna have to do this one. Oh, Jesus. This one is a bit more intense. I gotta make it. Oh, God. No, that fucked me over. Yeah, I'm screwed. Well, I would say a fair amount of early 2000 games were still pretty damn good. A good chunk still hold up to what makes a good game today. this one. I'm at a real loss on this one. How do you get through it? Maybe it's through here? Yeah, time this one well. Okay, then I guess that's it. I finally got through it. Mr. Polar Bear doesn't have to come down and screw with me. Oh, come on. Oh, yeah, approaching from the top does not work out at all. Oh, God! This game is so unfair. So unfair. Alright, let's try Mountain 21, see how that is. "21. Give me something interesting to see, 21. Nothing interesting so far. In fact, I can't even get through. I can't break any of these. I have to figure out... Oh god. I have to do everything I can to not fall through that again. Get out. Get out. Oh, come on. Stop breaking it up. Okay. It's all okay. Yes! Oh god, no! Alright. This is not fair by any means. I'm not gonna get through this level, am I? I am not. I'm destroying too many of those platforms. Unless... I do it this way? Gotcha! Gotcha, you bastard! Oh, that's it. That's it. Through it! Come on! There we go! Yes! Oh, come on, just want to get the bird. I jumped too soon. Just keep on jumping. It's like keep on swimming, but you know, the thing that you can't do in swimming. Just barely got that one. Yes! No! Please don't start me on level 4. Please don't start me on the... Oh, God! So unkind. So unfair. I'll give this game until level 23 to show me something new. Doesn't... That's the end of it. Let's go. Condor. Eggplant. Me. Climb. Alright, still dealing with the same stuff, just a different scheme. Ooh. Oh boy. Oh boy. Thank you, man. You take it easy and have yourself a good night, and I wish you luck with your computer. Got it. Yeah, that kind of figures. Alright, one more level. One more level will show me something interesting. If not, I think I'm gonna just end the game right on the spot. Level 23. Show me something new, level 23. Show me something new. Give me something new. I know it still says research on the thing, but I'm in the gameplay part. Yep. All right, that's it. We are done with Ice Climbers for today. Thank you all so much for coming by. It's been a very educational stream, and I intend to continue this with other games of the 1980s moving into the 90s. So thank you all so much for coming by, and I will see you in another stream. Take care, everybody.